lows around 40. Friday, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the mid-30s. This hazardous weather outlook is for the Maryland portion of the Chesapeake Bay, tidal Potomac River, and adjacent counties in central Maryland and northern Virginia, as well as the District of Columbia. Day 1, today and tonight. Winter storm warnings and advisories are in effect for much of the area. Please consult the latest forecast in WBC-WS-WLWX for further details. A gale warning is in effect for the middle and lower Maryland Chesapeake Bay and for the tidal Potomac Inlet today. A small craft advisory is in effect for the northern Chesapeake Bay and upper tidal Potomac River today. A small craft advisory is in effect for the Maryland Chesapeake Bay and tidal Potomac River tonight. Freezing temperatures tonight will likely end the growing season for much of the area. Days 2 through 7, Sunday through Friday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotters are requested to relay snowfall reports to the National Weather Service. Now for the National Weather Service marine forecast for the Chesapeake Bay from Pools Island to Drum Point. Today, north winds 25 to 30 knots. Waves 4 feet, building to 6 feet late this morning and afternoon. Rain. Visibility 1 nautical mile or less this morning. Tonight, northwest winds 25 to 30 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Waves 3 feet. Sunday, northwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Sunday night, southeast winds 5 knots. Waves less than 1 foot. Monday, northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 to 2 feet. Now for the National Weather Service marine forecast for the tidal Potomac from Key Bridge to Smith Point. Today, north winds 20 to 25 knots. Gusts up to 30 knots. Waves 2 feet, building to 5 feet this afternoon. Rain this morning, then rain and snow this afternoon. Visibility 1 nautical mile or less this morning. Tonight, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Gusts up to 30 knots. Waves 4 feet. Sunday, northwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 to 2 feet. Sunday night, southeast winds around 5 knots. Waves 1 foot. Monday, northeast winds around 5 knots. Waves 1 foot. The next 2 high tides on the tidal Potomac at Washington, D.C. will be at 10:25 this morning and again at 10:40 tonight. The next 2 high tides at the Thomas Point Lighthouse will be at 6:48 this morning and again at 7:41 this evening. This is a statement from the National Weather Service for the following counties in Maryland, Carroll, and Frederick, and the following counties in Virginia, Loudoun, Madison, northern Fauquier, and Rappahannock. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. this evening. Precipitation type, snow. Accumulations, 4 to 6 inches of snow. Timing, rain will change over to snow this morning and will fall through Saturday afternoon. The accumulating snow will end by late afternoon. Impacts, heavy wet snow will likely accumulate on trees. With foliage still on trees, the snow may lead to broken tree limbs and power outages. Hazardous travel on snow-covered roads is also possible. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Winds north 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Be ready for power outages and significant travel disruptions. A winter storm warning means significant amounts of snow are expected or occurring. Strong winds are also possible. This will make travel very hazardous or impossible. This is a statement from the National Weather Service for the following counties in Maryland, Harford, Howard, Montgomery, northern Baltimore, and southern Baltimore, and the following counties in Virginia, Fairfax, Prince William, Manassas, and Manassas Park in southern Fauquier. Winter weather advisory now in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. Precipitation type, snow. Accumulations, 1 to 2 inches of snow, with up to 4 inches at elevations above 800 feet. Timing, rain will mix with snow this morning, then change over to all snow around noontime. The accumulating snow will end by late afternoon. Impacts, heavy wet snow will likely accumulate on trees. With foliage still on trees, the snow may lead to broken tree limbs and power outages. Hazardous travel on snow-covered roads is also possible. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Winds north 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. A winter weather advisory for snow means that periods of snow will cause primarily travel difficulties. Be prepared for snow-covered roads and limited visibilities, and use caution while driving.
The 7 a.m. observation in Washington, at Reagan National Airport, with light rain and fog. The temperature was 39 degrees Fahrenheit, or 4 degrees Celsius. Dew point 36. Humidity humidity was 89%. Winds were northeast at 15 miles an hour, and the barometric pressure was 30.03 inches or 1,016.9 millibars, and falling. Now for some observations from the surrounding area. At Dulles Airport, with light sleet and light rain. Temperature 36 degrees. Winds north at 9 miles an hour. At BWI Airport, with light snow and light rain. Temperature 38. Winds northeast at 14 miles an hour, gusting to 24. At Patuxent River Naval Air Station, with heavy rain and fog. Temperature 45. At Fredericksburg, rain was occurring. Temperature 41. For Richmond, with rain and fog, it was 43. At Norfolk, cloudy. Temperature 63 degrees. At Winchester, light snow was occurring. Temperature 34. At Roanoke, light rain was occurring. Temperature 36 degrees. At Martinsburg, with light snow and fog, 34. Winds were north at 5 miles an hour. At Charlottesville, with light rain and fog, 37. At Ocean City, light rain was falling. It was 52 degrees. At New York, cloudy skies, 43. At Philadelphia, light rain was falling, 41. At Raleigh, light rain was falling, 41. On the waters, Thomas Point Lighthouse was 42 degrees. The wind was northeast at 26 knots, gusting to 32, and the water temperature was 60 degrees. At Piney Point, the wind was northeast at 14 knots, gusting to 16. The Washington Dulles, D.C. Climate Summary for yesterday, October 28, 2011. Yesterday's high temperature was 51 degrees. The record high is 83 degrees, which was set in 1984, and the low 36. The record low is 22 degrees, which was set in 1976. 0.07 inches of precipitation fell yesterday, which brings the monthly total to 5.24 inches. The total precipitation for the year now stands at 38.53 inches. No snow fell yesterday. The total snowfall for the season still stands at 0.0 inches. There were 21 heating degree days yesterday. This brings the monthly total to 227. The seasonal total is 260. There were no cooling degree days yesterday. This leaves the monthly total at 2. The seasonal total is 162. Sunrise today is at 7:34 a.m. and sunset is at 6:13 p.m.
You are listening to All Hazards NOAA Weather Radio WNG 736. Broadcasting continuously on a frequency of 162.450 megahertz. It is operated by the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Sterling, Virginia, and is broadcast from a tower in the District of Columbia.